So it's a happy ending to the week. We do know the market is under pressure ahead of those elections.
The market has actually been very quiet a greater part of this week, mainly because we just officially entered into the festivities season, and a lot of the major market players are actually sitting on the sidelines and waiting for next year. So I think that is really playing a lot in seeing a subdued activity in the market. But also, as you said, the market is trading, but very in a limited way, oscillating on about 30 points, up and down, and right now it's closed about, today it's closed about, 30% up. 30 points up from the close yesterday. So we believe that that's the kind of trend that we're going to see for the remaining 2 weeks of the year. The market dancing slightly above 4,000 level.
Indeed. But I suppose any time you gain a gain of 0.6%, it's happy times. But I've also been noticing that volumes are coming down, as well as, of course, as you are mentioning out now, the interest ahead of the close of the year.
Yeah, it is true. We've noted volumes actually coming down, and sometimes you see even the prices going up while the volumes are coming down. So that kind of a divergence literally tells you that it's just only speculators who are just playing with the market, but most of the major market players who move the prices up on good volumes are not there. So with that kind of negative divergence, it really tells you that the market is going to go up maybe about 0.1%, and then the next day it corrects down with the same margin. So we're just going to see it just zigzag around those levels.
Yeah, indeed. So volatility is the name of the game. Now, of course, we had news, I don't know if you saw it, that umeme from Uganda is coming across to list on the Kenyan market. Is that a stock that you'd look at?
Yeah, it is. It is a stock, an interesting stock at that to watch, and I think we just leave it until next year, because a lot of those important players that we really want to see what positions they're going to take on that particular stock will actually do so, and most of them are not in the market right now. So I'd really want to see how it really plays out, particularly on the demand and supply. They're very interesting fundamentals for that particular stock that we really want to see what kind of interpretation that the market players are going to have, and so as you say, it's going to be a very interesting stock to watch.
Do you have a recommendation on it now?
Well, yes, we do. It is a buy, but a long-term buy, because of some factors that we think back that up. And one of them is the fact that the return on assets is quite high, about 20%. And the return on equity is up 20%, while the return on assets is about 4%, which is quite commendable for a company of that stature. Yeah. And also we also look at the fact that they have almost a 10-12-year concession with the government of Uganda. So you're looking at 10 years of straight, you can call it a monopoly play in that country. So that means guaranteed profits. And one last thing that I'd like to mention is the fact that they've been doing a few things like installing pre-metering systems, which has a huge impact on its cost. And I think going forward, with the reduction in cost because of that pre-metering system, is going to take their collection rate. As we speak right now, they have almost 99% collection rate, which is quite high. So I guess as they continue with this program, I think within the next year they'll be doing 100% collection rate, which I think is going to be it's going to support its fundamentals.
Yeah.
So we are holding a buy rating on it.
Okay. Interestingly, I was chatting to a colleague earlier, and he mentioned the fact that he reckons this move by umeme into Kenya is actually a way of trying to see if they can get out of the investment. The main investor, of course, is Actix, and he reckons this is a move for them to try and get out of the stock.
Well, of course, there's that. of course, there's that play, and you've got to understand that Actis is it is a PE player, and I think it's earned its profits, and I think it's time to exit and give other players in the regional players to the individuals to own that stock. I think that is not really a concern. We just scanning around in the marketplace. That is not really a concern that Actis is looking for an exit.
Yeah.
I think the fundamentals that I mentioned earlier is what investors are looking at, and the fact that one of the reasons, just to point out, is the fact that these guys are moving into Kenya because Kenya has the depth and also has the liquidity also to support that stock. So in terms of pricing, I guess they're going to get true pricing, if I may say that, on that particular stock. But just to come back on the Actis thing, on the Actis question, I think. I think we are seeing most of these PE firms really looking for an exit, and I think most of these firms really are encouraging firms to come into the market for using it as an exit route. And I think this is really commendable.
Rufus, 2 quick questions before I let you go. One, Kenyan Kobe still under pressure today after that 9.5% drop the previous day, and then also I want your forecast for 2013, and I want a percentage range, please.
All right, Kenyan Kobe, yes, it's up about 2.5% today, coming from a thorough beating yesterday. What is going to happen to that stock? It's really been trading on rather in a flat way. I think most investors are really undecided what's going to happen next. Yes, there was a deal between them and Puma, but market rumor is that well, it may happen, it may not happen, and we're looking at the price. Technically speaking, it's forming an asymmetrical triangle formation, which means that players are actually really undecided. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to it. Coming to the projection of next year, I think let's just see what happens for the election after March 4th. If indeed, and I believe we're going to have a very successful and peaceful election, then I think what's going to happen is back in 2005, when the market was at the same level, immediately after we entered into the next year, it shot right up to 5,600 points. So which basically means that I expect a second leg of the rally that we've had this year to occur immediately after March 4th.
Okay.
So
that
from 4,000, I expect it to go all the way down to 5,600 points.